Hi friends, you're welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about the Canada caregiver pathway, especially for those outside Canada. I'll be taking you through the steps, the requirements, and how to find a job. Stay tuned. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment, okay? And also turn on your notification button so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to know about it and see the video. So now I'll be taking you through. I know you must have heard about Canada caregiver pathway. A lot of caregiver have been relocating to Canada, and probably you're wondering how to go through it, and you're looking for somebody to sit down with you and break the whole step down. Now I'm here, and stay tuned, okay? So the home child care provider and the home support worker pilot are the two major pathways that you can use to migrate to Canada, get your work permit, and eventually apply for your permanent residency. Yeah. There are some requirements that you need to meet for you to be eligible to apply to these programs. Firstly, you need a valid job offer from a Canadian employer. I already made a video and I'm going to attach how to get see all these jobs and apply so that you can get the job offer to apply for this program. And then you need a valid, a good number of experience. Remember, this and most of these employers is because they couldn't get somebody to fit in the job in Canada. That is why they are looking at people outside Canada. So if you're looking at coming to work in that particular field, then you should have the experience. Have a good number of experience. Be good at what you do, and also you need to also have a proof of language. It could be English, it could be French. So if you want to start providing this requirement, start getting them ready. Go and learn how to communicate in English. Go and learn how to communicate in French. Write the exams. Get your certificate that proves that you can communicate in French or English. Have it handy, okay? Ready for this pathway as well. So if you're doing whether it's English or French, at least it should be up to CLB 5. The more the better, I will always say, okay? And also you have at least 1 year post-secondary school experience. I've talked about experience, but at least 1 year. The more the better. Now I'm going to be explaining the job offer process to you. So now you need to find an employer who gives you a genuine job. Okay, so now I'm going to try to explain this, but I will attach a video as well at the end of this. So now when you go to job sites to search for jobs, you see some jobs that the employer will write clearly that they do not do anything. If you don't have work permit, you should not apply, or they don't offer LMIA or whatever. See, those jobs exist. You don't have to keep pushing and applying for that because the employer is not ready to go through that process with you. Then you see some jobs where the employer clearly states that they have requested for LMIA, or maybe they will say that the LMIA has been approved. So this kind of job, you can actually go ahead and apply to these jobs. Okay. So once you have a job offer, you can go ahead to Canadian website and apply for this pilot program. So you will get an occupation-tied work permit. Now, occupation-tied work permit means that you can work in that occupation for any employer. Of course, definitely you've gotten a job, you can work in that occupation. Okay, and probably you can, after 2 years, you can apply for a permanent residency and become a permanent resident in Canada. Of course, that is a separate video because you need to show your proof of experience, show your pay stubs, letters from employer, and that is a separate video on its own. So now, go ahead, go to Job Bank Canada, search for those jobs. I'm actually going to attach a video to this so that you can look through and see how you can search for jobs that are LMIA approved or LMIA requested. You can actually search for LMIA approved or LMIA requested. At least know that the employer is thinking towards this direction, and then it's ready. He or she is ready to give you that. Okay, and if this video kind of explained what you're asking, or you want more, maybe you want me to make more videos to explain a particular thing, drop it on the comment section. I'll be going through the comment section. If you have any question, drop it at the comment section. I'll definitely answer your questions, and I wish you all the best, and in your search for migration journey and all that. Thank you, and bye for now. If you look at my screen, this is Job Bank Canada website. You can actually go there and search for home child care provider in Quebec. So here, these are some of the things, some of the jobs I can see here. And child caregiving private, and I can also go back here, and then you could search for jobs that have the LMIA, and we are still looking at Quebec. So this is gonna bring only the jobs that are province of Quebec. Okay, we're just gonna do this and search, and you're just gonna see all the jobs that have LMIA. They're requested by the employer, and you can see home support attendant. This job is paying $24.25 an hour, and if you're looking through the job, just make sure you fit into the whole criteria. So here it says employer could not find a Canadian worker for this job and applied for labor market impact assessment to hire a temporary foreign worker. So Canadian workers, including Canadian citizens and permanent residents, are still encouraged to apply with a Job Bank Plus account. So if you are in Canada, you have your status either as a Canadian or a PR, you can apply with a Job Bank Plus account. Otherwise, these 3 vacancies are open to people outside Canada as well, because the employer is unable to find a Canadian worker. Now you have to be able to speak French, okay? And yeah, this is it. You show you how to apply, and then you can directly apply here, or check the additional ways to apply. And then when you apply, make sure you fit into the requirement with evidence that you've met all the requirements stated in this job, and that includes your language in French. So there are also other jobs here that you can look through. There are other jobs, as you see, all these have LMIA requested. Okay, childcare worker assistant. Okay, so you can check out this job. All these are in Quebec, and you do your direct application once you meet all the requirements. And please, for education that says secondary school graduation, if you are in other countries, your educational level might not be equivalent to Canadians level, so you just have to make sure that you could do verify your certificate, like get all your documents ready if you're really seriously in need of getting this whole job. Make sure you know what your certificate is equivalent to before you go into make the application. And also every detail should be addressed, and with evidence as well. You can also do your direct application or follow the additional ways to apply. Okay, homemaker, housekeeping attendant, restaurant worker, salesperson, farm laborer. There are a lot of them that they've requested for LMIA. So this simply means that these employers know they are not able to get Canadian workers, and they are looking for people outside Canada. So make sure you meet the criteria. This is a child care provider.